Hi, Eric Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and today I'm going to present you these color filters by B.Way. Color filters for making black and white photography. Yes, when you do film photography, this is really usual to actually use color filters to change contrast. So we're going to have a look at it. I've tested it with my Hasselblad 503cw and two kind of film. One is on Ilford Delta 100 and the other one was a Kodak T-Max 400. Okay, so let's present you the filters and the results. Let's start. Maybe you're wondering like, well, I do black and white photography, but digital black and white, don't do film photography. Do I need that kind of filter? Is it possible to use them? Well, the short answer is yes. Actually, when you look at the Leica Q2, they actually have a set of color filter to work in black and white. But if you shoot direct in black and white with your digital camera, like my Fujifilm X100V, you can perfectly place color filters there. And it will help to do the contrast. Okay, so I'll explain a bit how filters work. Okay, but yes, even if you do digital photography, you can still use color filter. Okay, as always, presentation with B.Way is fantastic. Magnetic box, as you can see here. Okay, and here I get some rings. Okay, adapter rings. Okay, and here is the small pouch with the filters in there. So I'm going to get it out, show you how you mount them, and also show you the results. Well, you get in the kit, you get 3 rings, different sizes, okay, because the size of the filter is 95 millimeter, okay. Why that wide? Because it's really usual that landscape photographers, they have really larger lenses, wide angle, so they normally buy the largest filter they can, and then they can use it on other lenses. But also 95 millimeter, even if the lens is smaller, you have less risk of vignetting. Okay, so they have several sizes for that. They have 58 millimeter adapter because it goes from this to 95. Okay, you'll see after I'll show you how you mount it. Okay, 58, 67, 77, 82 and 95 directly. Okay, they don't have 62 and 72. I don't know why it didn't appear there. So I'm using an adapter ring from 62 to 77. Okay, but no step up ring, but no problem. Okay, this is the pouch, really nice. You can hang it. You can also put your belt through it. Okay, so when you open here, you will find 5 spaces. Okay, so you could actually put there also the ring you use most. So what filters do you get in there? You get a yellow filter. Okay, you get an orange filter, then a red filter, and then a green filter. Okay, we'll show what they work, what they do. Okay, sometimes people ask, why don't you have blue? Blue is nice too. Okay, well, normally in black and white photography, it's really rare you use blue filters because it really kills all contrast, and normally you want some kind of contrast. So blue is really rare to use this kind of filter. It exists more colors. You may have heard of other colors, but these are really the main one, what people use most. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you mount it on the camera. I'll show you on my Hasselblad, and also I'll show you after making pictures because I already made them, and show you the result and comment the different effect you get using these filters. Okay, so here's my Hasselblad. So I did the test with the 80mm CFE and also with the 50mm CFL. Okay, I've got here. Okay, and the thing that is really special about Hasselblad lenses, they don't have a filter thread. Okay, they have a bayonet. So for that, to be able to put threaded filters, I already had an adapter from a B60, which is 60mm to 62. Okay, so I place it in here. Okay, and if I had a step-up ring that was straight from B60 to higher size, I would not need this one. Okay, but I place this one, which is 62 to 77, because I don't have 62. Okay, and here I place the B.Way ring. Okay, it's important you place this ring and not another ring. Okay, so you place this one, and here it is. I get red. It's more whoa, like this, and that's it. that's placed, okay? So it's really great because it's magnetic. So I like it because actually when it's really cold and you have gloves, it's not always easy to be putting a threaded filter. So this way, even with gloves, you can do it. So now I'm going to give you some technical specs, and also we will see while I'm making the picture and analyze the results, okay? Well, if we speak about quality, quality is you can check other video made by B.Way here. The quality is perfect. This is aluminum alloy, really nice, protected. You won't get rusty or whatever, okay? The glass is multi-layer, treated against water, all this. The typical quality B.Way is giving, okay? So I'm not going to get more in details about that, but more about the effect you get with these filters. Quality is here, okay? So how does a color filter works? Well, basically, depending on the color you pick, okay, but it will let some colors go through and some will be stopped. The one that has stopped, this area of the picture will be darker, and the one that goes through, this area of the picture will be the same or lighter, okay? It means that will make the picture with darker areas and lighter areas depending on what you've cut. It means you will affect directly the contrast, okay? So this is why, depending on what you want to do on your picture, you will pick a color on another. Now we're going to see what each color does and how it affects the picture. The first filter is probably the most used, which is the yellow filter, because it's not as dramatic as others. So people who don't want to be too hard on contrast, they use yellow. So what does it do? Okay, it will absorb the blue, and that makes the sky a bit darker, but not much darker. Okay, and it will also darken a bit the clouds. And it will affect a bit trees and green areas, but okay, it's a bit more contrasty, but not really radical contrast. If we look at the green one will absorb the red colors, and it will get everything that is green a bit lighter color, lighter gray, okay, not color, it will become gray, okay, but lighter gray. So it means that it will also darken a lot red, because it blocks them. So let's say you have a green field with poppies, okay, that are red. Well, with this, the poppies will look like almost black, and the green of the grass will look a lot lighter, okay. This is actually, well, we'll see after another one that's just a word around, but before we speak about the orange one, the orange is, my opinion, is for people who want a bit more contrasty than yellow, but they don't dare to try red. We'll speak about it just after, okay? So the orange will darken a bit blue sky and blue greenish areas, okay? But it's not that radical. It's stronger than yellow, okay? But it's not as dramatic as the red filter, which is the one I prefer. Red, it will block blues and green, and it will make that red colors will be lighter, and sky will be a lot darker. If you want to have a dramatic look, it will almost look like infrared. This is brilliant, okay? It really makes a blue sky really dark, okay? So it's actually the other way around. If we speak about our poppy field, okay, this one will make your poppies like black, and the grass like a lot lighter gray, okay? And this is just the way around. The poppies will look like almost white or really clear tone, okay, and the grass will look really darker, okay. So it all depends on what you want to do. You will use a filter or another. I was going to forget first, before we show this, okay. When you have a filter, obviously it cuts light, not just change color like you see, okay. So it means that makers, they normally indicate on the filters the cut factor, okay. They need to tell you why it cuts 3 stop, 2 stop, 1 stop, 1/3, doesn't matter, normally tell you. Here they don't put it. I don't know why they don't put it, because sometimes some filter maker, they also say this is the photographer to measure what goes through according to the subject is making picture too, okay. I can understand that, okay. The thing is, Let's say I get my light meter. If you have a camera with a TTL light meter, that's no problem. It will calculate through the lens, okay? But in case you're using a handheld light meter and you measure and then you do the picture without calculating what's lost through the filter, then it will be underexposed, okay? So it's important you measure how much light you're losing, okay? So there are two ways. So one way would be to point at to make a measure like this out of the filter and then through the filter on the towards the subject to see how much light is lost, okay? But the problem is, and this is not a simple problem, is let's say I point at the blue sky. This red filter is cutting blue, so it will cut a lot more than if I am pointing to red color, okay? So if you're not sure, the best thing is to point at a neutral gray card and measure through the filter on the gray card, okay? So it will be more standard. Obviously, if you really manage and you're expert and you have done a lot of picture, maybe you will decide that when you have such or such subject, you will compensate more or less because of the color of the subject, okay? But for a start, you measure on a gray card. This is a lot easier, okay? And I don't know why they didn't put the cut factor, but that would be good, okay? So now you see me, I'm making a picture right now, okay? So why did I use 80 and 50 millimeter? For nothing special, just to check if the filter were vignetting. I didn't have any problem, so I can say that's fine, okay? And why did I use two films? One Ilford Delta 100 and a Kodak T-Max 400. Well, for nothing special, just I wanted to make two films just to make sure. The other day I put a story in Instagram that was going to present these filters, and you had the two roll of films. And some people thought I was going to compare both films. No, that's not the idea, okay? It could be interesting to do a video like this, but this one is just to, within one film, to see the difference according to the filter you are using. So now I'll show you one example. First, you see a picture without filter. Now you see it with yellow filter. Now you see it with the orange filter. Now with the red filter. And now with the green filter. And now all five together, okay? So as you can see, these filters do affect the results. And I think this is really interesting. At the end of the video, I will put more pictures I've made indicating the film I used and also the filter that was on, okay? So now let's go to the conclusion. So conclusion, I think you see now, maybe if you didn't know about it, why some people are using color filters when they make black and white pictures. Obviously, this is more related to film photography, but still with digital, some people do use the filter. Although normally a raw file, you could actually develop it with some kind of filter simulation, color filter simulation, but still this is not the same when it's made from start. Okay, so some people, although they use digital, they use color filter to do black and white photography in digital. Okay, so I think this is a special world, and I think anyone who wants to do black and white photography, especially in film, need to have color filters, because this is really a great tool to give a different look to your pictures according to the subject, the situation, all this. Okay, so if we look at the product is really top class, really a good quality. It's not an entry level quality, this is really a top level quality, and obviously it's not the cheap thing you could find, but I think if you are into black and white photography, this is worth having a small budget for that, okay, some budget for that, okay. So thank you very much, B.Way, for sending me the filters. If you're interested, you can buy them. There is an Amazon link in description, okay. Thank you to you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Small button down here, so small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also leave your links of my gear on Amazon, and I leave you a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.